Hello YouTube, welcome to my next channel video. I am Commander Nerd, and this video is going to be a kind of a video game review, but mainly a discussion on it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Friday the 13th game. Um, so far, from what I've played, it's mainly just online right now. They are adding a single player campaign
Sometime this summer.
sometime or something, and it's pretty much just as Jason, right? And you'll have certain tasks with that. But overall, for a Friday the 13th game, it is very fun. It is very terrifying.
Yeah, especially when you're playing it alone at your own house. Like,
And
you got to play with the lights out.
yeah,
It's very, very terrifying because you don't know when the music gets intense, but you don't know when he's coming.
yeah, because there was one. I think it was the first night or second night I had it, and I was hiding in the cabin, and you walked in behind me, and I didn't see you, and it scared the shit out of me.
I was playing online, and when you're Jason, you can hear the counselors as you get when you're in range of a counselor, you can hear them talking if they are talking.
Yeah.
Um, and vice versa, they can hear you if you're talking shit to them. And this, I had walked into a cabin. I was Jason, and the car battery, and I will explain that momentarily. But the car battery was in said cabin, and I walked in, figuring someone was in there, and there was no one in there. So I saw him come through the door of the cabin. So I stood behind a wall, and as he ran through the doorway, I grabbed him, and I heard him squeal, like the person, not the character. And he goes, "Oh my god, you just scared the shit out of me!" And I started laughing, and then I murdered him.
Yeah, the murders are brutal. They are pretty much like the classic kills that Jason has done throughout all the movies.
Yeah.
You can pretty much be almost every Jason that I've noticed from part 2
They're
to
still very short on how
7.
many there are.
No, there is no Jason X because
Or Jason in Hell and blah blah blah.
you don't need robot Jason.
So before we keep rambling about stuff that no one has no idea what we're talking about,
Yes.
the premise of the game is there is 8 people playing. 7 are counselors. 1 is Jason. The objective of the counselors is to survive, not get murdered in a horrific way, and escape or just survive the 20-minute time limit. Jason, clearly, go and murder everyone.
Yes.
The counselors can get away by either repairing a boat and driving out of the lake to the other side, basically, or repairing one of the 2 cars that are in there. There is a 2-seater and a 4-seater. So if you're in constant contact with the counselors and Jason never hears you, you can repair the 4-seater and 4 people can get in and get out all at the same time.
Yeah.
But there is downside to. I have not seen what happens when Jason stops the boat because I know he can. But with the car, Jason can walk in front of it. And he can just stop it. He basically slams his fist down on the hood, stalls the car out.
Yeah.
He can also walk up to the side of it and pull the driver out of the driver's seat. Jason can set up like booby traps, like bear traps, basically, and catch you in a bear trap, and then come and get you. And you can call the cops and get away with them, and then you can call in Tommy Jarvis, and if you do what. There's certain steps to do it, but Tommy Jarvis can eventually kill Jason.
Yes.
It is very tedious, and it is extremely hard. And I know people have done it, but I have not.
Also, Tommy Jarvis is essentially one up. So if one of the counselors dies,
they come back as Tommy Jarvis.
One of the first ones that die, essentially, they come back as Tommy Jarvis, and they have like a second chance to kill Jason.
Would you like to explain Jason's powers in the game?
Yes. Jason can teleport. He can use an ability to be able to look through houses or the cabins.
It's almost like a heat vision,
kind of like that.
but it's with fear. Like that's the way they describe
Yeah.
He can see the fear.
There's another kind of speed teleport.
Yeah, it's basically he turns into a mist and it speeds him up. Like if I'm chasing Andrew and he's 10 feet away and I can't catch up because Jason's clearly walking, Andrew's sprinting.
Yeah.
He turns into this mist and like basically catches up to him.
And there's another kind of thing where the hearing's a lot better.
It's a stalker mode.
Yeah.
And I could be close to you and everything gets silent for me. Like
Okay.
you can't hear me walking, the music doesn't come on. You don't even know I'm there.
Okay. Let's see.
It's still very glitchy.
Yeah.
I think they almost pulled what Battlefront did for Star Wars.
Yes.
They pushed a product out, and I like Battlefront. Don't get me wrong, and this isn't going to turn into a Battlefront conversation.
That can be a separate video.
Yeah. The only reason I'm comparing it is because they did the same thing. They released it early when they shouldn't have. It was bugs. They only had a certain amount of content, and then over the next year, they kept adding levels and content, which instead they should have just dumped it all at the same time.
Yeah.
That's what they did with Jason, basically. They released it. It's very buggy. They are currently fixing bugs and stuff like that, but it's very glitchy, buggy. There's only 3 levels to hunt people in. I mean, and you only have so many Jasons.
Yeah. The big issue with the bugs, or whatever you want to call it, you'll be in the middle of a game on a server, and the game will just kick you. Or
it's the worst thing.
And it'll kick you either to the game main menu or the lobby of
your
Xbox, Xbox or PlayStation.
It like turns the game off on you.
Yeah. I haven't noticed that as much with the recent update.
I haven't really played it since the update.
I haven't really. The time to get into a server is a lot faster from the update. I haven't really been kicked out of a lobby yet.
Besides that glitch that kicks you or turns off the game, the worst glitch I have fallen into is I was Jason and I pulled a guy out of a car and he used one of his getaways and he got away from me and he got back in the car. I managed to break free of my stun and I grabbed him again, but I guess it was too fast for the game to comprehend and I froze in a stance and everyone got away because I was literally frozen. I could not move.
Content that I'd like to be added into it, I'd add like more locations from the other movies. Like when Jason goes to Manhattan and you just run around New York. I know I didn't say you needed Jason X, but it'd be cool if you were out in space. Or
they will probably release all of the Jasons.
Yeah, they might release the skin from Freddy vs. Jason. I kind of doubt it.
They won't because they don't have the rights to it.
Oh, they don't.
Nope. I already read that.
I will say this is definitely better than the NES Friday the 13th game.
Anything's better than that.
Any closing things for Friday the 13th?
I'd probably, depending on, I mean, we could do another one in like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And my rating will probably go up. Right now with the bugs, I mean, don't get me wrong, the game is extremely fun.
Yeah.
It really is. I'd probably give it like a 6, a 7, like a high 6, just because of the bugs and the lack of content.
Yeah.
they need to just fix the bugs and the glitches and put more stuff into it. The single player. I'm very intrigued by the single player,
Yeah, I
but
am too.
until I play it, I can't be like, oh yeah, this is great.
But yeah, same things for me for the ratings. I'd give it a 6 out of 10 for now. I will do another review probably end of the summer or
When
beginning of
some
the
of the
fall,
content has released.
and then I'll give another review on it, talking about the new content and if they improved on what they needed to. But other than that, this is our pretty much review slash discussion on Friday the 13th, and I will catch you next time, YouTube.